Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is the Narcissistic Resistance, and this resistance video is sponsored by contribution from Nikki, and here's her story. Hey, Ollie. Nikki here with an update in hope of advice, and I've done a few videos for her. The last two was when the narcissist corners you, post no contact, and the narcissist tells you what you're worth at Christmas. And here's her story. Exactly a year ago today was the last time my in-laws came to my house, and the last time my children and I had any contact with them. We decided to go no contact after being pushed too far over and over again. She was constantly abusive to my husband, her son, and periodically went into extreme meltdown, where she would send herself into a spin of rage. After the last episode, we decided enough was enough and we went no contact. Today, after a year of no contact, my husband received an email from his parents, which have actually been written and sent by her, not him. I'll give you enough of the details so that the email she sent will make sense to you and your viewers. Sadly, my sister's husband died after a short battle with cancer in 2016. My mother-in-law became obsessed with who would be taking care of the will. She is obsessed with probate law. She used to be a legal secretary and she thinks she knows it all. She wanted to know how much money, who was taking care of it, and asked for updates on progress regularly, even though she has never met him. My sister became a trustee of the will, and at a certain point there was talk of me becoming a second trustee. May have mentioned it to my mother-in-law during a round of questioning one time. I really don't remember. In any case, I didn't become second trustee for several reasons, and I never really thought twice about it. My brother-in-law just died, and his money was the least of my problems. Anyway, here's the email my husband received out of the blue today, 1 year after going no contact. It is now a year since Nikki pushed me over the edge with her lie about being her brother-in-law's executrix. Jesus. Executrix? Not knowing I had copies of the letters of administration. We have put up with years of lies and deceit, but this was the straw that broke the camel's back. Because it was so insulting to my legal knowledge, I knew it not to be possible. As you know, I retaliated in anger and said all the things I said because I was so frustrated and angry. So again, it's your fault. Even when they know they've acted inappropriately, when they've lost it, it's still your fault for causing it. Dad and I are prepared to put this all to one side and move on if you want to. Oh, and then they're going to be the bigger person. Oh, God. Oh, God. Not only did she not apologize for her horrible behavior, not only is she doubling down on being after her daughter's dead husband's money, now she wants to blame it all on you and make it like they're the bigger person. And they're willing to put it on alongside. This is just another way of being cornered post no contact, as with your last video, whether it's in person or by letter. They're trying to corner your husband. They're trying to emotionally corner him here. Think long and hard. There's the veiled threat. Think long and hard before you reply, as this will be the last olive branch offer to you. We have serious decisions to make for the future and need to move on. Love, Mom and Dad. Fuck you. Your husband should wipe his ass with that letter and send. She should print out the email, wipe his ass with it, and send it to her. This is what they always do. It's the veiled threats. They're just trying to emotionally corner him. They're going to try. This is what I'm trying to tell you. This is what I try to tell everybody. They never stop. They never quit. Even when you get them in a situation when they know they've made a fucking asshole out of themselves. Okay, time will heal all the narcissist embarrassment. All they need is a little time to then turn it around on the black sheep. That's just what they do. As you can see, in her email, she takes no responsibility for anything. She tries to place all the blame on me, which is ironic since I was the only one ever trying to keep the family together. The reason we went no contact had nothing to do with my brother-in-law or his will. It only came up in abusive messages after we decided to go no contact. There was never an argument about the will, so this email is completely bizarre. In the UK, to get his death certificate and letters of administration, you have to order them online and pay a small fee. The fact that she did that for any reason at all makes me feel sick to my stomach. She never met him, yet she downloaded his death paperwork. What sicko does that? A sicko, a narcissist, sociopath, who now sees the opportunity to control your sister's life and finances. It's a tragedy. She lost her husband. She lost her husband to cancer, and all your motherfucking cares about is controlling her life. And she saw you as an obstacle to doing that. A bit of me wants my husband to reply and defend me. A bit of me wants to reply with a basic fuck you, but I suppose breaking no contact would be a mistake. What do you think, Ollie? Should we just delete the email and pretend like it never happened? Any insight? Greatly appreciated as always. Nikki. Your husband, I told you, your husband should print out the email, wipe his ass with it, and send it back to her. Actually, you can just melt some chocolate on it and you get the basic idea. That way you're not breaking any you're not breaking any laws, but they'll get the basic idea. Crumple it up in a box, okay, and send it to her. That's what you do. That's what I would do at that point. If I get any more letters or anything like that, that's what I would do. You got to understand what her motivation is. She's a total sociopath. She saw the death of your brother-in-law, her daughter's husband, as an opportunity to control her life and her finances. And she will take out anybody she sees as an obstacle to that, and that is you. She knows she acted abhorrently. She knows it, that she acknowledges it, but she doesn't apologize for it. And what she does is project the blame onto you, how it's not your fault, and somehow. Meanwhile, she doesn't even realize she's making a fucking total asshole out of herself. But who are you to be pulling death certificates? Who are you to be challenging anybody's will or getting involved in anybody's will? This is what the narcissist doesn't see. The narcissist can't see from the outside how their own entitlement comes off. Because it's entitlement. They're entitled to it. So they're blind to their own entitlement. Blind to the perception of it anyway. How it's perceived. Or they just don't care. Your mother's need, or your mother-in-law's need to project this on you shows you she knows she's completely in the wrong on this one. She knows it. But she'll project the blame onto you. But in that, she can only see the outward spiral, the rage, the freaking out is the problem. She doesn't see that she's willingly involving herself in her daughter's will and challenging and pulling death paperwork as a problem, as a boundary. She doesn't even understand what a boundary is. And that's the funny part of it. That's what you get after no contact. You see that clarity. You see this woman just completely act like a complete buffoon. Narc 101, okay? They're trying to make themselves into the bigger person, project blame, and lay a veiled threat. This is my last chance at an olive branch. That's supposed to subliminally threaten your husband. It's like, we don't think we're wrong, you're still wrong. And that's supposed to panic him. And running back and be like, oh, they still think I'm wrong. Hoping that in his mind, see, what your mother-in-law is hoping that her son is doing, that your son is just hoping for mommy to come back and rescue him. That's what she's hoping for. That's what she needs to make herself believe is going on. That's why after a year of no contact, they'll try to corner you, whether physically or emotionally. And that's what she did. That's absolutely what she did. But the worst part of it, she's trying to take the death of her daughter's husband, a man she never met, and use it to gain control over your sister's life. And take you out in one fell swoop. And gain control of her husband, of your husband, her son. No matter what happens, the narcissist doesn't miss an opportunity to exploit something. No matter what happens, the narcissist doesn't understand how their own entitlement is perceived. No matter what, they can't, they won't. The narcissist will always, always project blame. Period. So, I hope that helps. Thank you again, Nikki, for another contribution and story. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, a narcissist you'd like to expose, you'd like to set up Skype, a phone call, have a private video made, or a Facebook live chat, or you'd like to sponsor a video like this for someone who needs help and can't afford it, or just make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it successful, growing, and expanding, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you guys. Without you guys, all this goes away. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with the PayPal and email links in the description box. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been The Narcissistic Resistance. Take care.